I would also love to dance in a Sprint commercial. And I just
Oh
want to
my
talk about
God, you found that
how
one?
much how much input did you actually have in that dancing commercial? Because coming from a dancing background, it kind of looked a little risque, if you know what I'm saying. So let's talk about
Okay, I
it.
am so excited to tell this story. I mean, my
Yes.
friends know this story. My obviously, people close to me know this story, but I don't know that this story is actually public. And I don't think I'll get in trouble for telling it. But actually, that commercial, oh, now I'm like, am I going to get in trouble for telling this story? I don't know. I'm going to tell it. That commercial was on the fly.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
If you worked in restaurants like I have, you know what on the fly means, right?
oh, sure.
So
Yes.
at least how I understand it is I was actually cast in a commercial as like a hand. There were, but like we had manicures that day, and
Nice.
the commercial was actually like people holding phones. It was very like practical. It
Yeah.
had
Right.
nothing to do with dancing. We were on set. I think I was on set for like 10 hours or something. I mean, it was all day.
Wow.
The end of the day came, you guys, and a PA, they were sort of letting us go one by, like they were getting finishing shots and then letting people go one by one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was towards the end of the night. And I mean, I've just been sitting there all day, grateful, but like it's a long day. And the
Right.
PA goes, I remember a PA goes, hey, and he looked at me and he goes, do you know how to dance? And I went,
Lip hair. Yeah. Like,
listen, I don't proclaim to be some fantastic dancer, but I love to dance, right? So I just said, hell yeah. I was like, yeah, I know how to dance. And I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but they had to create a spot kind of on the spot.
Yeah.
We literally, for that first commercial, we literally used a backdrop that was on at that warehouse.
oh my
The
goodness.
director had a little Bluetooth speaker and said, what kind of music do you like to listen to? And we just improvised the entire thing.
Nice.
And he was just like, you're so excited about this sale. You're so excited about the price of the phone. Like, you're so like
Right.
now you're going crazy. Like it wasn't like your usual commercial where normally you'd go in for an audition and they would make you dance or
Right,
see if
right.
no, I was there for a completely different job. And they had to something, I don't know, the behind the scenes that I don't know anything about. They needed something and I just happened to be there and I happened to say I can dance and they created the spot and then it just
See.
ran like crazy. So much so that they brought back another version of the spot with another actor and they actually held like a casting call and there was the
That's
shoot.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That spot. I mean, like that's
But you know
Yeah.
what? I
that's
absolutely
crazy.
love that story because often in our industry, ego starts to creep its way in, right? And it starts to get in the way. And you get to that, oh, but that's too small a role, or oh, it's not a speaking thing, right? And we try to
Yeah.
pass along to everybody. It's all about getting on set. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Oh my gosh.
Get
Yeah.
on set because you never know what's going to happen when you're on set. Even if you just do the gig you were hired for, it's a learning experience. You get to watch all the other people. You get to do the kind of. But then there are stories like yours where all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I was supposed to show my hands and now I'm the star in this commercial and I'm dancing and doing all this crazy stuff, right? It goes. Yeah, no, I was going to say it goes back to the same kind of a thing with a Harrison Ford being a painter/carpenter, and Lucas sees him and goes, oh, this guy looks actually like maybe he could do this, and ends up, going on to this huge career. So if you're on set, you never know. But if you're too good for certain things and you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to get those opportunities. So hearing those stories, I love that. And what a great story. And then,
Oh my
like
gosh,
you said.
it's one of my favorite stories, honestly, because and we were all tired. Everybody was tired. And I'll add one more thing just because it's really near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Is we did take after take after take, and he just kept going like, do hammer time, like disappear out of frame, and like all kinds of goofy things.
Yeah.
Just kept, I was so like loopy that I forgot that, of course, like people are not going to be reacting because you have to be quiet on set.
Right.
Right.
For some reason, at that time, my brain was like, I'm not being funny enough. Nobody's laughing. So every take, I would like,
Just keep
I would
trying
like,
to.
I
Yes.
kept going harder and harder.
Yeah.
I gonna get, and I just kind of, the whole time, you guys, I felt like I was failing. And then once they yelled like the cut and everybody started laughing, I went,
Yes.
oh my God. And the whole time I was like, I thought I was sucking. And they were like, no, everybody's like holding back their laughter the whole time. Oh my God. And that was an earlier job. So it was one of those things that like I learned on set. Oh, right. Like
Yeah.
you're not, this isn't theater. You're not going to get a response right away. Like
Right.
people are like,
But
like
one of
that,
those
you know?
one of those rare experiences though where like cuz theater you have to project. You have to get to the back row. You have to be loud. Right? This is one of those rare experiences. No, it's a camera gig and I still get to be loud and crazy and
oh my
you
gosh,
know, yeah,
it was-
so
so I don't know. My brain was like macaroni and cheese by the end of the night. I couldn't. I didn't even know what was going on. And I think I autopiloted and was just like, I'm not getting a response. Because you're right. In the theater, what's beautiful about that is, you're in a live
Yep.
and present dynamic, right? It's happening in real time.
Yep.
And you're in relationship and in conversation with human beings live.
Yes.
You know, and you're getting the feedback right then and there, which is why it's different every night, which is why it's beautiful every night. You write it from beginning to end every night, all of that. So that's my core. That's where I come from. So my muscle memory is the stage.
Yeah.
And so there have been times where I get behind the camera and I have to kind of like, kind of reprogram a little bit and realize that it's I'm like not on stage.